So, greetings everyone. This is Devesh Kirubhakaran.J, yet back again with another lecture session on the poem titled Journey to the Interior, written by Margaret Atwood. Introducing the Canadian writer Margaret Atwood, who wrote this poem in 1966, which is an exploration of the complexities of human mind, of how human mind should be carefully dealt with. A Sad Child, Their Hostile Nations, etc., some of her other famous poems. So, starting the metaphysical journey. So, the poem is a metaphysical journey into one's own mind. Metaphysical, since a physical journey is impossible in the mind. So, anything we compare to the earthly form becomes metaphysical. The strange imagery, the strange comparison. It's a deeper exploration of human mind, how complex it is, especially in a creative mind like the poet we have here, who has written this poem, who's traveling into the unknown, exploring deeply, little by little, which is never ending, endless. The metaphysical conceit. So the poem uses the conceit, mountain, comparing mountain with mind, because mountain is something which could be seen, touched, but mind cannot be seen or touched. So this is a strange comparison which makes it a conceit, an extended metaphor. Because the struggles are similar, the physical and mental struggle, where we struggle for the physical location, the mapping out of location in mountain, and the difficulty in mapping out our goals and directions in life happening with the mind. Then, perilous landscape. Yeah, with this comparison, we are moving into the comparative journey. So the poet slowly goes through the journey. She sees a two-sided wall welded together, and as she moves forward, she finds a very wider mountain opening as endless as prairies, grasslands, where she travels slowly, and she is stopped by a cliff, which is the hurdle, the struggle, which stagnates her progress. She is unable to move further because a cliff is an obstacle which cannot be passed except by experiencing it. So there's a danger in itself. Poet's experiences. So here the poet narrates how difficult and uncertain the exploration of mind is. The thick branches represents the struggles to interpret one's own mind and how difficult and complex it is. How we can compare it to how often we have mood swings. How often we even find ourselves disillusioned, caught up in the middle. Yes, human mind is very complex. Even we can't even understand anything about it, even till the end of our life. It's just the progression. Swamplands, the swamplands through which the poet travels, through which the trees grow spinely, because when she goes further and further, the map becomes very difficult to spot out, since the journey grows more difficult and it doesn't grow easy. As life progresses, we find it all the more difficult on the way. So she's very confused with the growing difficulty. That's what is represented by swamplands. Then, complexities of human mind. So the poet explores how complex is human mind, which is hard to interpret, since each human being has a different mind, which cannot be interpreted by others, but rather it can only be interpreted by our own selves. Where sometimes we are bombarded with thoughts, we are overflowed with thoughts, whereas in some other times we never get any thought. We are just struck with absolute blankness. Then, exploring oneself. So, this is a complete exploration. The human life itself is an exploration. We cannot interpret our own minds during most of the times, which is distinct with no maps pre-charted by anyone. This map can only be charted by our own selves, and that it cannot be charted beforehand. It reveals only gradually while we travel. So We have to be very careful and thoughtful while traveling in this journey, because we are being on our own selves without any guidance. So as we go through life, things unravel on their own. So everyday life. So while traveling through this journey, we get sodden by the everyday course, the everyday worries, the sustenance worries we have in life, where the poet, as a creative writer, is stuck among the brambles, the thorns, the branches, reminded of the mundane life. She has to take care of her own family, her own house as a woman, etc. Then uncertainty. This journey is so uncertain because maps, compass, sun, and other human beings will never help you. No guidance will be provided to you. As you are completely different, you should be on your own. Trusting completely upon your own instincts, having belief and confidence upon the decisions you make carefully. These are all the aspects and instruments which you can use, and not the physical ones which you use for mountains. So we saw the similarities between mind and mountain, and later we just now have seen the differences between the physical mountain and the mental mind. Then conclusion. So the poem discussed about journey to the interior, the mind, to within our own human body, where it is dangerous to travel. It's dangerous, it's entertaining, it's the one thing necessary, it's compulsory, it's mandatory. You cannot escape it. Many are trapped, in the sense many fail to utilize or reach their full potential in life. That's what the poet states. So this can never be done by anyone, reaching the fullest potential, but we can make sure that we reach the maximum, the full effort which we could give, living life to the fullest extent. Then moving on to the significant lines from the poem. There are similarities I noticed. So there are similarities between mountain, journey to mountain, journey to mind. Mostly that travel is not easy going. So this is not an easy journey at all. The journey to the interior, the mind, become endless as prairies. As she travels, the mountain opens up similar to endless prairies, grasslands. But that I move surrounded by a tangle of branches. The tangle of branches represents the struggles and the hurdles which come along the way in the journey to the interior of the mind. That there are no destinations apart from this. There are no destinations. This is the compulsory travel which every human being has to take in life. The lack of reliable charts. No charts will be given to you. It's completely your own question paper of life. Have I been walking in circles again? So here, sometimes this happens. The poet is back again where she started in the previous level, where she is unable to progress. She is stagnated over there. This happens in every human life. Then, a sentence crossing my path, sodden as a fallen log. So here, as she's a poet, she's a creative writer, a sentence crosses her path, but suddenly it disappears, sodden as a fallen log. It's stagnated. That is forgotten, or erased, or faded. Whatever I do, I must keep my head. So whatever the poet has to do, she must be careful, she should keep her head. It's completely her own business. Nobody can help her. Us in general. So here ends the poem. If I should summarize the poem begins with the introduction, then the metaphysical journey about which the poem talks about, the metaphysical conceit, how mountain and mind are compared, and how perilous it is, the landscape, and the poet's experiences, and how through this she explores the complexities of human mind, and how this journey is exploring oneself, how difficult it is, where everyday life, the thoughts of everyday life intervenes, as well as the uncertainty involved in this journey, and then the conclusion of how the readers should take forward this perilous journey, this uncertain, dangerous one, which is a mandatory aspect in human lives. So thank you. I think I have added something to the understanding of this poem. Kindly do like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next lecture session. Thank you.